The storm battered the castle walls as a hidden chamber groaned open, revealing a door long sealed by fear. The narrator whispered that fate itself had awakened. Prince Alden stepped forward, his hand trembling as a ghostly voice hissed his name. Alden said, "What trickery is this?" Dust swirled as shadows stretched into shapes not meant for mortal eyes. A distant scream from Lady Alara chilled his blood. A bell tolled from the far tower, each strike echoing like doom. Alden's sword slipped from his grasp, clattering onto the stone floor. The voice whispered again, "The curse awakens." The narrator revealed that beyond the door, darkness long buried was clawing free, and the kingdom would never be the same. The narrator described how Prince Alden stumbled from the chamber, his breath ragged, and his chest tight. His mind wrestled with dread. He muttered, "This curse is real." Outside the storm raged harder, as though the sky itself sought to bury what he had seen. He clutched his chest where faint warmth surged like fire branded beneath his skin. Alden whispered, "Why me?" Lightning illuminated the grand hall where tapestries whipped like restless spirits. Guards in the courtyard shifted uneasily as their torches sputtered. The narrator revealed that the burden of destiny had already begun to sink its claws into him. The narrator told of unease spreading through the kingdom as thunder shook the land. Villagers gathered in silence, sensing fate had shifted. An old woman muttered, "Darkness walks again." Farmers bowed their heads in fear. Guards in the castle courtyard tightened grips on their spears as torches faltered. A raven on the battlements cawed sharp and lonely. Prince Alden stood by a high window, pale with the curse gnawing under his skin. The narrator revealed that every soul in the kingdom felt the stirring of doom. The narrator described the castle's hidden chamber, where Master Arendor pored over ancient tomes. Master Arendor whispered, "The seal has broken sooner than I feared." His hands trembled as he traced runes glowing faintly in the candlelight. Prince Alden entered drenched from storm with desperation in his eyes. Arendor said, "You heard the whispers." Alden demanded, "Tell me how to end this." The silence that followed weighed heavier than the storm itself. The narrator revealed that Arendor knew the cost of truth could shatter more than it saved. The narrator spoke of Sarek stepping from the shadows, his cloak heavy with rain. Sarek said, "The kingdom is weak. Join me and we can rule before the sorcerer strikes." Prince Alden snapped back, "Rule or enslave?" Sarek smiled faintly, his scar catching the light. "Power is survival." The torches flickered as though they feared his words. The narrator revealed that betrayal lingered even among friends, waiting to strike from the shadows. The narrator spoke of how Prince Alden wrestled with his destiny, pacing his chamber as thunder echoed. He muttered, "I cannot bear this curse." His reflection in the rain-smeared glass twisted, reminding him of the shadows. He clenched his fists, torn between fear and duty. Master Arendor's warning echoed, "You cannot outrun fate." Alden pressed his hand against the cold window pane, as lightning revealed his haunted eyes. He whispered, "If I fight, I may lose everything. If I run, I doom us all." The narrator revealed that destiny pressed heavier upon him with each passing storm. The narrator described how Garrick, Alden's loyal companion, entered with hurried steps. Garrick said, "You are not alone." Garrick's rough hands bore scars of battle, yet his eyes burned with unshaken faith. Alden turned, whispering, "You should not follow me." Garrick laughed bitterly, "I would follow you into the abyss itself." The chamber filled with warmth from his loyalty, though fear lingered. Alden said, "I fear I will destroy what I love most." Garrick clasped his shoulder firmly, declaring, "Then let me stand where the blow will fall." The narrator revealed that friendship forged strength where despair sought to rule. The narrator told of Lady Alara, cloaked in secrecy, slipping into the hall. She whispered, "The sorcerer's shadow spreads quickly." Alden froze, torn between trust and suspicion. Garrick's hand instinctively moved to his sword, but Alara raised her palm. She said, "I am not your enemy." Alden asked, "Why risk being here?" Alara's voice trembled, because the curse binding you binds me also." The narrator revealed that secrets wrapped around her heart like chains. Alden's resolve shook as he glimpsed the sorrow in her eyes. Garrick muttered, "She speaks half-truths." Yet something unspoken bound their fates together. The narrator described how beyond the castle walls, the sorcerer's wrath struck first upon the helpless. Villagers awoke to screams as black fire consumed their homes. Shadows moved like soldiers, tearing through the fields. A mother cried, "Save my child," as flames engulfed their cottage. Prince Alden watched from the high balcony, horror in his eyes. Garrick shouted, "We must ride to them." Alara whispered, "This is only the beginning." The narrator revealed that the sorcerer's vengeance had begun in fire and ash, turning night into a battlefield. The narrator told of the guardian's warning. In the castle's sacred grove, the ancient being emerged from the mist. A towering stag with glowing silver eyes spoke in a voice like thunder, "The curse shall break only through sacrifice." Prince Alden fell to his knees, whispering, "Tell me whose sacrifice?" The stag lowered its head solemnly, but gave no answer. Garrick muttered, "It speaks in riddles." Alara's gaze dropped, her expression clouded with unspoken fear. The narrator revealed that destiny demanded a price none of them were ready to pay. The narrator told of the curse stirring within Prince Alden as he walked through the castle's courtyard at dawn. His breath fogged in the chill air while his veins burned with unnatural fire. He muttered, "It grows stronger." Garrick eyed him with worry and said, "You look unwell." Alden's hand trembled, shadows crawling along his skin before fading. He whispered, "I feel it inside me." Lady Alara stepped forward, her voice soft, "The sorcerer binds you even now." Alden looked to the rising sun, its warmth failing to touch him. The narrator revealed that his own blood now carried the shadow's mark. The narrator described the council chamber, filled with tension, as nobles argued. Lord Alaric slammed his fist and cried, "We must surrender before we are destroyed." Lady Seren countered, "To yield is to die slower." Prince Alden entered, his pale face silencing the chamber. He said, "I will not surrender to fear." The lords shifted uneasily, some murmuring of curses. Garrick whispered, "They do not trust you." Alden's voice sharpened, "They will." The narrator revealed that division threatened to break the kingdom even before the sorcerer's blade struck. The narrator revealed how Cyric wove poison into Alden's mind with subtle words. Cyric said, "Your council doubts you. They whisper that you are cursed." Alden's eyes narrowed. "And do you believe them?" Cyric smirked. "Belief is nothing. Power is everything." He stepped closer, his scar catching torchlight. "The sorcerer is strong, but so are you if you embrace what burns inside." Alden whispered, "You would have me use it." Cyric replied smoothly, "Or be devoured by it." The narrator warned that doubt is the seed from which betrayal grows. The narrator told of Lady Alara, revealing scars hidden beneath her cloak. She whispered, "The curse touched me when I was a child." Alden stepped back in shock, his voice breaking. "Why did you hide this?" Alara's eyes glistened with sorrow. "Would you have trusted me if you knew?" Garrick growled, "Secrets fester." Alara said, "The same darkness binding you burns within me." Alden's anger softened into grief. The narrator revealed that their fates were bound by wounds deeper than trust could mend. The narrator described the mentor master Arendor, summoning Alden into the library. His weary voice said, "The time for choice has come." Ancient tomes lay open, glowing with runes. Alden demanded, "Tell me how to end this curse." Arendor's eyes darkened. "To end it, you must embrace it." Alden cried, "You would have me become the very thing I fight." Arendor whispered, "Sometimes light survives only by walking through darkness." The narrator revealed that Alden's heart trembled at the edge of a path from which there was no return. The narrator told of betrayal breaking like a thunderclap within the castle halls. Prince Alden stood before the council when Cyric stepped forth, declaring the curse has consumed him. "He cannot lead us." Gasps echoed as nobles turned their eyes toward Alden. Garrick roared. You lie. Alden's heart sank as he saw doubt spreading like wildfire. Sarek's smirk deepened, his scar glowing in torchlight. Trust him, and you doom us all, he said. Alden's voice cracked. You swore loyalty. The narrator revealed that trust had been shattered and betrayal struck closer than any enemy blade. The narrator described how Garrick's loyalty was tested as he faced Sarek in the courtyard. Sarek sneered, Your courage will cost you dearly. Garrick raised his blade and said, I will never abandon Alden. Their swords clashed, sparks scattering in the stormy night. Guards watched with tense silence as the fight grew fierce. Sarek's strikes carried deadly precision, but Garrick's strength was fueled by devotion. Alden stood frozen at the edge, torn between intervening and letting fate decide. The narrator revealed that loyalty shines brightest when pressed against betrayal. The narrator revealed that deep in the archives, Prince Alden uncovered the sorcerer's tragic past. Master Erendor's weary voice explained, Once he was Lord Kaelin, betrayed by those he trusted. Alden traced faded drawings showing Kaelin's fall into shadows. Alden whispered, His pain fuels his vengeance. Elara said softly, Pain does not excuse destruction. Garrick muttered, Then he must be stopped. Alden's hands trembled as he realized the enemy was once a man like him. The narrator revealed that pity and dread now warred in Alden's heart. The narrator described how the guardian appeared once more in the sacred grove. The stag's silver eyes glowed as it lowered its antlers, bearing a relic of shimmering crystal. Its voice rumbled, This gift may shield you, but its cost is heavy. Alden reached forward, whispering, What cost? The stag's silence was answer enough. Garrick muttered, It is a trap. Elara's hand trembled, yet she urged, Take it, for without it we will fall. The narrator revealed that power given by guardians carries weight beyond mortal strength. The narrator told of Lady Alara's secret unveiled beneath the moon. She stood before Alden and Garrick, her voice trembling. I was once promised to the sorcerer. Alden recoiled, his voice sharp. You belong to him? She cried. No, I broke the vow, but he marked me. Garrick cursed under his breath. Elara's tears shone as she whispered, He will not rest until he drags me back. Alden stepped closer, his expression torn between rage and compassion. The narrator revealed that love and betrayal had entwined in her fate, binding her to the enemy. The narrator revealed how Master Erendor gave his final lesson through sacrifice. In the castle's library, he raised his staff as black shadows surged in. Alden shouted, No, stay with me! Erendor's weary eyes softened. Your path must continue. With a roar, he unleashed a burst of light, his body consumed by the spell. Garrick cried out in rage, gripping his sword tightly. Elara covered her face, trembling. Alden fell to his knees, whispering, I was not ready. The narrator told that through Erendor's loss, the hero was thrust into leadership with a wound no blade could match. The narrator spoke of Prince Alden wandering the courtyard alone after Erendor's sacrifice. His face was pale with despair, and he whispered, I cannot bear this destiny. Garrick approached, saying, He gave his life for you. Do not waste it. Alden turned, voice trembling, I will fail you all. Garrick slammed his fist to his chest, declaring, I would rather follow you into ruin than kneel to the sorcerer. Elara stood silent, her sorrowful gaze fixed on Alden. The narrator revealed that doubt gnawed at his heart, even as others clung to his strength. The narrator described how Garrick's steadfast spirit rekindled Alden's hope. Garrick said firmly, You are not cursed to destroy us, you are cursed to save us. Alden's eyes filled with pain as he asked, And if I fail? Garrick answered, Then we fall together, but I will never leave you. Alden gripped his friend's hand, whispering, Your faith keeps me alive. Elara finally stepped closer, murmuring, We fight not because hope is certain, but because despair is unbearable. The narrator revealed that unity bound them stronger than fear. The narrator told of the sorcerer's army rising from the forests. Black armored soldiers marched beneath burning skies as fire rained from the clouds. Villagers screamed as they fled before the tide. From the castle's high tower, Alden, Garrick, and Alara watched in horror. Garrick spat, "They are endless." Alden's jaw tightened, whispering, "Then we fight until none remain." Alara's hand clutched her chest as if the curse inside her trembled. The narrator revealed that the hour of war had arrived, and the land itself seemed to mourn. The narrator described how Cyric finally revealed his betrayal openly. In the throne hall, he strode forward with soldiers at his back, smirking. Cyric said, "The kingdom is mine to claim." Alden's voice thundered, "You would hand us to the sorcerer?" Cyric replied coldly, "Better to rule beneath him than die beneath you." Garrick's blade flashed as he stepped between them. Alara's eyes widened with fury. Alden's heart burned, torn between rage and grief at the betrayal of one once trusted. The narrator revealed that the greatest wounds are carved not by enemies, but by false friends. The narrator revealed how Prince Alden finally embraced the curse within him. On the castle walls, lightning struck as black veins flared across his arms. Garrick shouted, "Alden, stop!" But Alden raised his hand and shadows coiled at his command. His voice rang with both fear and defiance. "If this darkness is mine, I will wield it against him." Alara trembled, whispering, "It will consume you." Alden's eyes glowed faintly as he growled, "Better consumed in battle than in chains." The narrator told that the cursed hero had chosen to fight with the very power meant to destroy him. The narrator described how Lady Alara's heart could no longer stay silent. As fire burned on the horizon, she seized Alden's hand and whispered, "If I lose you, I lose myself." His eyes widened, torn between duty and longing. Garrick turned away, giving them silence as the storm raged. Alden said softly, "Your love may be the only light left in me." She pressed her forehead to his, and whispered, "Then hold on to it when shadows call." The narrator revealed that forbidden love bound their souls, even as war thundered at their gates. The narrator told of the sorcerer's arrival, his power unmatched as the battlefield shook. Lord Kalen appeared cloaked in shadow, his voice thundered, "You cannot defy me, cursed child." Alden shouted back, "I am no longer your pawn." The ground split as Kalen unleashed torrents of black fire. Soldiers screamed as the blaze swept through ranks. Garrick raised his shield, deflecting the flames, while Alara cried out as the curse within her pulsed violently. The narrator revealed that the true war had begun, and the kingdom trembled under the weight of darkness unleashed. The narrator described how Alden rallied his companions for the final stand. He shouted, "We fight together or we die alone." Garrick lifted his sword high, roaring for the kingdom. Alara drew a dagger, her eyes burning with defiance. Soldiers nearby took courage, pressing forward against the tide of shadows. Arrows streaked across the storm sky, steel clashed and cries of battle filled the night. Alden charged ahead, his cursed power and blade striking in unison. The narrator revealed that unity forged in despair created hope strong enough to ignite the battlefield. The narrator told of the duel that would decide fate. On a hill of fire and ash, Alden faced Lord Kalen. Kalen sneered, "You are nothing but my shadow." Alden answered, "Then I will be the shadow that ends you." Their powers clashed, darkness against darkness, sparks and flame tearing the earth apart. Garrick and Alara fought desperately below to keep enemies at bay. Alden's sword met Kalen's staff in thunderous impact, each strike shaking the ground. The narrator revealed that the destiny of the kingdom now burned in the clash of two cursed souls. The narrator revealed that silence fell as the sorcerer crumbled into ash. Prince Alden staggered, his veins glowing faintly, his breath shallow. Garrick caught him, crying, "Stay with us." Alden whispered, "The curse, it is not gone." Lady Alara knelt, her trembling hands gripping his arm. She whispered, "You broke his reign." Alden's eyes clouded with grief, "But the darkness remains in me." The battlefield smoldered, filled with the cries of the wounded. The narrator told that victory came at a cost, leaving the hero's fate shrouded in torment. The narrator spoke of Lady Alara, grieving amidst the ruin. She pressed her forehead to Alden's hand and whispered, "I would trade my life to free you." Garrick stood silently nearby, his face hardened by loss. Soldiers limped through the wreckage, carrying the wounded. Alden's chest rose weakly, his voice strained. "Live, even if I cannot." Alara's tears fell, glowing faintly, as the curse within her resonated. She whispered, "Then I will carry your pain." The narrator revealed that love bound them in sorrow, tethering light to shadow even in the aftermath of victory. The narrator described how Garrick was hailed as a hero by the survivors. Soldiers gathered, chanting his name as he raised his sword in weary triumph. Yet Garrick's eyes lingered on Alden, his voice low. "The true hero is broken." Alden forced a faint smile, whispering, "You kept me standing." Garrick shook his head, muttering, "I only reminded you who you were." The crowd's cheers echoed hollow against his grief. The narrator revealed that honor weighed heavy when purchased with the blood of those you love. The narrator told of the Guardian's final warning. The great stag emerged from the mist at the battlefield's edge, its silver eyes glowing. Its voice rumbled. "The curse is quiet but not ended. Darkness lingers where light falters." Alden asked weakly, "Will it ever be gone?" The stag bowed its head, silent. Ilara's face grew pale, while Garrick muttered, "Then we must never stop watching." The narrator revealed that even in victory, shadows remained, waiting for the moment to rise again. The narrator revealed the final haunting moment. In the quiet of night, Prince Alden stood alone beneath the stars. His reflection in a pool of water shifted, the cursed shadow flickering behind his eyes. He whispered, "Am I free, or only chained anew?" A faint echo of the sorcerer's voice whispered back, "We are never gone." Alden's breath caught as the wind carried the sound away. The narrator told that, though the kingdom slept in fragile peace, the curse whispered still, promising that the tale was far from ended.